When unloading or loading from or into the DEF trailer, you need to first open the internal valve and open the air inlet valve on the top of the trailer. These are both pneumatic and are operated from this mechanism here, this hydraulic pump. Make sure that these two knobs are not closed tight. Open them at least a little bit, both of them, as you want both the vapor and the outlet valve, internal valve, to be open. And then apply the hydraulic pressure, opening both the internal valve and the vapor valve. And then you'll want to verify the vapor valve visually. You can look on top of the tanker and you can see the vapor valve there. That little nub sticks up and that shows that it's open. To close it, pull the lever, close the handle, and you can shut these two valves down. And then visually check that the vapor valve has been closed. You can see here now that the vapor valve is closed. It's not a bad idea to go ahead and open this air inlet valve here, uncap it and open it, which will essentially work and do the same job as the vapor valve and let air transfer in and out of the trailer when loading and unloading. Once your vapor and your internal valve are both open, you can load or unload the trailer. Either through the tailpipe here is where we typically load and sometimes unload, and this external valve controls the opening of this connector right here. So if you are pumping off from the side, you would go ahead and leave this closed and you would open this one, which would allow the product to flow down through over to the side box. And once inside the side box, you'll see the gas powered pump, and the green hose comes in from the valve on the back and goes into this plumbing here. Goes into the plumbing here, comes around, goes into the pump, the gas powered pump, and then pumps upward through this valve, which the blue handle must be open in order to make a delivery. So the first thing you would do was open the blue valve, and the black valve is a butterfly valve, which allows the product to come in, up, and continuously loop around through the pump, because it is not good for the pump to run with nowhere to go. It needs product to be flowing. Otherwise, it's going to be really hard on your pump, and your engine, your gas-powered motor, will not want to stay running. So leave this valve, the black one, in the open position until you are offloading. And the blue valve must be in the open position in order to make a delivery. To start the motor, you pull the choke. There's a choke. It's the slower one that says choke. The throttle is typically already pulled. We don't adjust it usually. You leave it right where it is. And then you turn the key and the motor will go to on and then start. It's very noisy. Once it's started, you push in the choke and the motor should run freely. as long as you have this black valve in the open position. If you for some reason have it in the closed position, the pump motor, the engine, will struggle. Okay, so moving forward, you've got all this down. The product will flow in a circular motion through the pump, and ideally it will go out of this blue hose and into this filter, out the other side of the filter into the meter, through the meter into the retractable hose unit. I think you are probably already aware of how the meter works. There is a meter ticket printer here, which I will show you on another video how to use that. Turn the knob 2 times till the eyelid shuts and reopens, and you're ready to pump. This down here shows you how many gallons is left in the tank. Typically we put 4,850 gallons in the tank, and we will mark this at 4,870, giving us a little bit of room after the tank is empty to make sure that we get all the residue out before refilling the tank. And then of course you'll need to pull this handle in order to start the flow. The red button stops the flow immediately. Okay, the rewind button right here retracts the hose. The fittings are interchangeable. Typically we keep them down here on the side. There's 3 main fittings that we use, sometimes 4. Once you are done making your delivery, visually inspect that the air valves are closed. If not, you will close them. Close all of the gate doors, and visually inspecting to make sure this handle is in the back position, this button has been pushed, the hose has been wound up. Be very, very careful not to drag this fitting or any fitting on the ground or let it bang onto the ground. They are very expensive and hard to obtain. They have several weeks back order when we need one, so we don't want one to go bad. In the other bay, we'll make sure that this valve, you can close it or open it. I typically leave it in the open position for the next delivery, and I close this one so that no product will be flowing through any of the plumbing. Make sure the key is off. You don't want to end up with a dead battery. And then close the stainless steel gates and latch the doors. Go to the back of the trailer. Make sure your caps are on, your valves are closed. Give this little butterfly nut a little twist and make sure it's tight. And typically this lid won't close unless the handle is down, but make sure everything is turned off and closed in here as well. I think that's it. Any additional hoses and fittings can be found in here if ever you need them, and also in this side box over here. When you are loading the tanker at dyno, you will need this fitting right here to fit the dyno hose onto our fitting on the back of the trailer. One more thing, keep in mind that this is a squatting trailer, and if you place a drip bucket on the ground when you're loading it, do not place the bucket under the bumper, because about halfway through your load the trailer will squat and squish the bucket. It's happened many times. Well, I hope that video you found it educational. Thanks for watching.